Gruden's made no secret of his desire to run the ball and be physical running the ball. Coming here, knowing that his background is sort of with quarterbacks, were you like pleasantly surprised to find that he's so committed to big backs and running the ball? Or did you already know?
Not necessarily. I mean, I've been told things about how Gruden runs his offense, and I believe Coach is doing an excellent job of that right now, instilling the mindset that he wants for his team. That's up for us to go out there and execute.
When you were an undrafted rookie, and basically walk us through how this opportunity presented itself.
Well, I didn't get drafted. Obviously, I was sitting there at home watching it, and then Mr. McKenzie called me and then told me that they wanted me to come out for one of their mini camps, and then I've been up here ever since then.
What do you think in that mini camp? I mean, we were only able to watch so much of it. What didn't we see? Obviously, the coach see. I mean, is there a moment that really stands out to you, having gone there, that you think was maybe perhaps even instrumental to your opportunity being extended?
Not necessarily. I don't believe. I mean, you just go out there. I mean, you don't know what the coaches are talking about, so they'll probably see little nitpicks for each individual player. So you're just going out there just thinking about just doing the best that you can do with whatever it is you're doing. And then I felt I did everything that I could, and obviously paid up. So I'm up here still, but it doesn't mean that I'm safe or anything. So I have to keep making sure that I'm putting my best foot forward every day.
What was your approach that weekend? Some guys are under contract, most aren't. Where was your mindset going into that weekend?
To get a contract, that was my mindset, and make sure that if they didn't have one, to print one out and make sure that I had one there for me.
You learned working with Marshawn over these last couple of months. Working with Marshawn, what have you been able to take from him? What have you learned?
He just tells me to just be violent, I guess, most of the time. I mean, he doesn't really say much about anything playing-wise. He just wants you to do what you do, and he wants you to just be physical and just go out there and be violent against other people.
I think you watch it. Is he the guy you watch closely in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the years, I've watched him quite a bit. My dad played for Seattle, so when he was in Seattle, it just was reminding me of a lot of things that just gave me a reason to go back and watch Seattle from the running back perspective.
What was it like having your dad as a model at the running back position? I can't imagine what a resource that was.
I mean, it was cool, but I mean, when it comes to things like that, I mean, he's not gonna tell you to do anything in particular, because he doesn't want you to emulate what he did, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, just to go out there and do what you do. And I mean, that's what I've been trying to do every time I started playing, just to do what I do and make sure that I can be the best player that I am.
When did you start playing football?
Quite some time ago. I played up because I was obviously a bigger kid, but I mean, I wasn't necessarily like filled out when I was younger. I was a little bit senior, but I know I've always played up. I'm not sure when I started, but I'm pretty sure whenever you're first allowed to play, I'm pretty sure that's when I started playing.
Yeah, always a running back.
Yeah, I played pretty much every position, because as I got older, I had to build my skill set, and I played receiver, tight end, basically everything except for O-line.
John was talking, it was last week going into the game, somebody had mentioned about your size and ability to finish runs and that sort of thing, and he's going, hey, he's learning a lot of stuff. I mean, he's doing pass pro, he's learning how to be a receiver, and do you feel that your all-around skills have come quite a way since you got here? Or you already have a pretty good skill set?
I mean, I already had a pretty good skill set, but it wasn't at the development that it needed to be. And just being up here with professionals definitely it helped me sharpen that skill. Iron sharpens iron, and I really do believe that I've gotten significantly better throughout my time up here.
Do you think the whole running violent thing, as Marshawn says, does that come natural for you?
Not necessarily, but it's something that I'm trying to adapt more and more every day, and because I'm more just a one cut and then I try to go, not necessarily be violent, but that's something that I'm going to have to end up trying to instill in my game, because I run too high for that, so I have to, and I want to play more than 3 years, so I have to make sure that I can make sure I lower myself and run violent.
It seemed like Jared Davis got a taste of that in joint practice.
We both did. I mean, that was a good little encounter. we weren't going to the ground or anything, but he scraped the line, and I lowered my shoulder, and it was just one of those things where it was just an event. But I mean, it could have happened the other way, but it didn't. It happened in my favor, and I mean, it happened, but that was about a week ago, so we got to put that behind us. We'll move on to next week first.
Think Gruden or Coach Singleton play that one on loop a few times in meetings?
It's been played significantly, but like I said, we're past that now. I mean, it was good while it happened, and it was good then, but now we got to focus on LA.
Well, when you look back, you had 13 for 86, you had a good size run. Do you look back and say, had a really good game here, or do you look at things that, all right, I got these things to clear up?
A little of both, because you can't sit there and just think of only the negatives. You have to take the positive things out of what you did, and I do believe that I had some positive things coming out of that game. But for example, on my long run, if I ran violent instead of thinking of what to do next, then I would have just probably ended up scoring a touchdown maybe. But you never know. It didn't happen, so it's up to speculation. But it's just one of those things where you got to just look at the good and the bad, but definitely focusing on the negative things to clean up, and then that way I can have a better game next week.
You're a big back. Even if you demonstrate world-class technique, you're probably always going to run high to some degree. What comes with that? What do you have to guard against? Is it ball security? Is it injury? Is it what have you? Like, what comes with being a big back in this league?
Ball security is one huge thing, because when you're fighting for yards, it's a lot easier to fumble the ball if you're holding the ball high, and if you're high, they have a lot more of the ball to hit or scrape at, whichever one they want to choose to do. And being lower just provides more protection of the ball for sure. And for yourself, just making sure that it's not really injuries, but just getting banged up, and then getting a lot of like nicks and bumps and bruises and things like that, which keep you in the training room. Those things that you want to not eliminate, because it's going to happen, it's football, but you want to cut down on those.
All backs to some degree focus on ball security. It's a big part of your guys' job. They get drills that are designed for that in position period. What do you do? How do you go about working on fine-tuning that personally?
One thing I'm trying to do more of is put a second hand on the ball in traffic. That's something that I really don't do a whole lot, but I'm trying to do a lot more of now. Coach Singleton has made a huge point of that. That's something that a lot of people fumble, because they'll go through traffic and they'll be fighting for extra yards, and they'll maybe get through, but they only have one hand on the ball, and then it ends up popping out behind them or something, and something happens. So that's one thing I'm really trying to focus on. Another thing is making sure that when I'm going down, I'm not exposing the ball. That's another huge thing that I think I have to focus on in ball security.
You've made a strong debut. You seem like you have a very good sense of what's in the past about what follows. And from that standpoint, what do you hope to accomplish this second exhibition?
Hope to pick up some blitzes possibly. I know it's preseason, so not every coach is going to be exposing a whole lot, but hope to show that I'm getting better at pass protection, and then hopefully I can get out on some routes, catch some balls, and then obviously just run the ball better. That'd be great, and then just making sure that I can just be positive and just try to stay in the game as long as possible.
Are the coaches pretty much on your plate from a special teams area?
Absolutely. You have to play special teams, honestly, and I mean, I got to do better on special teams as well. I saw a film of when I was on special teams. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good either. So it's something I really have to work on.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.